Hi everybody, welcome back. With the excitement of the NMRA meet now behind us, I'm back down in my train room, ready to work on finishing my car float. Since it was left full of cars after the meet, it's time to empty it. I guess that means I get to run my own trains. So let's fire up the layout and empty the car float. Well, I've emptied the car float and I've been working on getting the locking mechanisms in place. I've built the mechanisms, or bits towards them. I've got some square tube here which I've added a piece of 20 thou styrene in the bottom to make it the right size to slide the locking bars on. Then I realised that these cleats were in the wrong place, well, we're fouling them, so I carved them off. I'm going to move those further towards the outside, and then I can get these bars in the right place. Yesterday I saw that this one had fallen off, so I glued it back on, but while I was at it I realized that the deck of the float apron has warped. It's not enough to cause derailments, but it's enough to ensure that these three locking thingies are not going to line up. So I have some work to do there. I'm going to have to go backwards before I can go forwards. Anyway, that's not the end of my thinking, because since I started on this project I've started looking at pictures of the real thing, and I've discovered that in every picture I can find, the half that I've put on the bridge should be on the car float and vice versa. So I'm thinking, if I have to take the deck off to work on it, then I'm going to cut the deck out a little bit more and turn them round so I can reattach these pieces to the float and put the rest of it on the bridge, as should be the case. Okay, from this camera angle I think you should be able to see the extent of the warpage on the apron deck. My thoughts are that in order to be able to straighten it, I'm going to have to remove it from the gantry. Now unfortunately I glued these joints in. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to pop them off, so what I might have to do is get the razor saw and cut them off all four sides, and then when I come to assemble it, drill it out and put in a pin. So I'm going to have to try that, and at the moment it's looking as though I'm now going to have to go back further than I was hoping I would. But my thought process doesn't end there, because if I can't straighten the deck, I'm going to have to build another one. And then I was thinking, well, I built a two-track apron, and I've seen some pictures that I very much like showing a three-track apron, but instead of having the switch points here, the switch points are all back there with a gantlet track. So if I have to rebuild the deck, I might go that route. I might put extra switch points back here, run a second pair of rails just inside this one, so they'll come in maybe a scale foot inside, and I'll still be able to use the two-track car float, but I can also build a three-track float as well and alternate the two for a bit of variety. So this project is becoming a lot bigger than I first anticipated, and I have some more thinking to do. So I think I'm going to have to go backwards a lot further than I first thought. With all the options open to me, I think the prudent thing to do now is to wait on it for a couple of days before hacking the float apron to pieces. I want to ensure that I don't make a rushed decision that I may come to regret later. Anyway, having to back up before I can progress, it's now going to take far longer to complete this project than I anticipated. That's okay, it's a hobby, there's no rush, and I need to be happy with the result at the end of the day. I think the delay will be worth it in the long run. I hope my viewers aren't too disappointed by this delay. I promise that eventually I will show you the finished product. Believe me, I am looking forward to seeing the end result as much as you are. So thank you for your patience, and I will see you again soon.